Hello, this is Dinamsin, and today we are going to do one painting from Cezanne, and we are going to sketch it. And I just wanted to let you know that this is pretty much how we learn to do proportions in the human body, by sketching the skeleton. So we're going to sketch only the cranium, only the skull. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with a basic circle, and then we're going to add the sockets for the eyes and the nose and the temple and all this fun stuff. So it's a very elementary, but this will teach you of how and where things are positioned, and teach you of sizing everything around everything else. So if you don't have one of those wooden little mannequins that are for sketching to teach you proportions, human body proportions, they have female, male, and a child. I will strongly advise you to go get one so you can start sketching and learning the proportions and how many times the head fits into the body, where the elbows land, where's the knees, how many times the head fits into the legs or the torso or all that. Yeah, so let's just start, and I already kind of halfway through the sketch, but I'm going to add a few little lines here and there. It's sitting on some sort of a table. It is not very easy to find an artist from that time that was doing watercolor, and Cezanne was one of those. So I'm gonna really quickly erase, and this video is so short that I couldn't even speed it up too much because it will not leave us any time to actually observe the video. So this is 1:1. A lot of my videos are speed up slightly so it doesn't bore everybody and things are taking out. On this one we are pretty much starting with right away with the sketch and really fast painting. It's very simple. I'm using Gromback paint, and this is the palette. We're going to use ochre, we're going to use blue, we're going to use yellow, we are going to use brown and a little bit of red. So those colors will be in our palette. I will actually at one point make my own ochre with the brown and the yellow, but let's just begin with filling in the space. And I am going to start with a very light ochre, so you're gonna use a very light hues of those colors. And I know I put eyes on the skeleton. It looks a little scary, but that's okay. Let's continue, because this is one of those things that is important as an artist, especially if you're trying to paint human body. It's important to learn all the little details in the human body, and a lot of times that starts with our skeleton or skeletal positioning and proportions. So I'm adding a little bit of brown into my ochre because observing his painting. And if you want to get his original, you can go online and type in Cezanne's skull watercolor painting, and it's gonna pop out, so you can actually follow it a little bit closer of the original painting than what I am doing, because every time somebody does it, it goes a little bit away from the original, and then every time obviously it's a little bit away from that, but I'm going to mix a few colors here. So I'm just trying to create a very kind of a bluish bluish brown. So using the ultramarine with some brown in it and a little bit of red, so that's kind of like a purplish brown, bluish purplish brown. So we have a skull that is a very light color, so pretty much we're not painting on that, and the rest will be playing with the shadows. Obviously we have highlights and shadows, and that's everything in your painting. You want to concentrate on those. If you get your shadows and your highlights, everything else is going to be perfect. So if you decide to do this, I'll suggest you sketching first few skulls and then painting them. So you see the skull, we already have depth just by adding colors in those right places. We have it on the temple, we have it in the eye sockets, and where the nose is located, and also right underneath the skull, because we ground that thing. We ground that object, we put it on a table, and we added a little bit of and then from here we just want to emphasize a little bit on the background to make that object pop out. And I'll let you observe so you can see what am I doing. Everything is very, very simple, so it's a really good beginner painting. So I'm trying to create a good ochre, so I'm mixing, actually I took ochre, I did not like the color, so I added yellow in that ochre and brown to create a little bit of a different color. If you see how I'm not filling in a spot all at once, I'm trying to give a little chance to area to absorb a little bit the water and the paint before I go back and add some more. So I'm making sure that more brush strokes and especially directions of brush strokes are visible. hope you're enjoying this video, and if you do, please don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notifications for my future videos, and check out the Cezanne paintings and Monet tutorials and Van Gogh. If you like this one, you might like those too. But pretty much that's it. So I hope you enjoyed it, and happy painting, and please share. Thanks for watching. Bye.